everybody, my name is Kelly and welcome to my live show today, which I like to call cheap and easy, just like me. We are going to do mixed media, or I'm gonna say mixed media starter kit, so to say, but I think it's important things to use. You can use all of these in different ways. As you all know, or most of you know, I have an ATC swap going on YouTube. And so I just want to give a few, different ways to kind of use some different items very inexpensively. And wait a minute, let me see. I don't want to like miss people if they're trying to get in. And I just want to show like different things that I use that I do because nowadays I can't afford all the good products like I used to be able to. So I had to find alternatives in different ways. A lot of these you might already know, and a lot of these you might not. So before I do that, let me just check because Donna Stevens wrote something and I want to make sure. Well, my phone is being an ass, so we're not going to check there. Before I start, I'm going to read your comments and see if you guys have any quick questions or anything that you want to be shown before I start. I love shopping in the baking aisle. Hey, Mandy Cat. I know. Okay, your real name is Mandy Cat. I know your name. Okay, tell me your name, Mandy Cat. All right. So, a few things I want to talk about, and then we're gonna go down with the camera. One thing I want to show you guys are these, and I've showed these before to you. Joann's. When you walk into my Joann's, and it's in every Joann's I've been in, they have it by the register, this humongous rack, and they're like $1 and $2 items. In there, they have these watercolor packs. Connie. Okay, I'll try to remember. They have these watercolor paper packs, and I've shown these thousands of times. You get 15 pages in them. These are $1. And there's watercolor, there's acrylic, there's Bristol drawing, and mixed media. So you get like all these, and they all have different amount of pages in it. I was doing my February faces in one, but this is just watercolor. It's not the greatest watercolor, but it is watercolor paper, and it's $1. So if anybody has went out and bought their own watercolor, you definitely know how expensive it can be. I use coupons for everything, but these are great to have to sit and doodle, and these are also, and to play around, and these are also great to make your ATC cards out of for $1. So imagine how many ATC cards you can get out of this. And then you can use it really any media on them that you want. So I'm going to bring the camera down and hope that you don't see my voluptuous breasts without a bra on. And see where we're at here. All right. Hi, Donna, that can't get in the chat. I feel really bad. Okay. Let's go. And I'm going to show all kinds of stuff. So, making sure my stuff's all here already. Hey, Laura. Those are sold at Joann's. I never wear bras. I know that's really something I shouldn't put online. Okay. I've done transfer after transfer, and what are you using as your, you know what? I don't even have my thing up. It's so hard to read chat and then see if I'm on camera. Okay. When you're doing, what are you using as your gel medium? Are you using like a golden or Liquitex? Are you using... Well, what you want to do is make sure that that's dry before you really rub it off. So if you do, I don't let my thing dry. Maybe if we have time at the end, I'll do a quick transfer. And then I'll show you how I do it, and then we'll see where we're at there, if that makes sense. Some people let the transfer dry on, and then other people will take it right off. I'm one of the take it right off people because I have no patience. But we'll get there. I will definitely try to do a transfer for you. A lot of people use Mod Podge too. I particularly like golden gel medium, but that's me, and that's one of the reasons I buy it. Okay, so you're using gel medium too. Okay. All right, so I'll get to that at the end, and then we'll experiment. That'll be our little experiment for the day. Okay, so here's something I want to show you before we start anything, as ATCs is something that we've been doing. Now, this is an ATC I did with no transfers whatsoever, no stickers, no anything. I just drew it. And most of you who know me know that I love dark art. I'm a dark art freak. And of course, the bleeding eye and everything. So I wanted to show that, and I'm going to do a little ATC thing later, but that you don't always have to stick things down or have stickers or have all the fancy papers or anything to that effect, that you can just draw a really cool looking picture. And I love this one so much I didn't give it up when I made it for my ATC swap like a few years ago. So but I just wanted to show that you don't I mean, if you don't have, and you're just starting out and you want to be in the ATC swap and you don't have a lot, I'm going to show you a few things. And as always, just pick a picture and draw it and give it some interest, and you have a great ATC. Hey, hey, Tam. All right, I'm just checking. I'm going to be going back and forth here. Okay, so we talked about our watercolor paper, and this is an option at Joann's, like I said. Also, I want to tell you guys that AC Moore right now has in their, they have like in the middle of their aisles, they have medium-sized mixed media, watercolor, probably not 5x7. They have to be bigger. I don't think I have, do I have one here? Let me grab it. They have these. What size is it? 9 by 12. They have these in mixed media, 9 by 12s, watercolor, and everything else, and they're $5.95. Now you get 15 sheets, so it's not like you're buying a big full pack of them. But for $5.95, you know, and you use your coupon 40% off, it's not a bad price. And then you can also that's one of the faces I did too. You can also cut it in half, so you can make your own book, or fold them in half and make your own art journal. So you get a lot of bang for your buck with that. So you'll essentially spend $3 for that if you use your coupon, which isn't bad. Okay, so let me put that aside for a moment. I'm going to show you some things, and then I'm going to get to some things on using the things. All right. So, also, we all know that Tim Holtz, bless his heart, sells these tags. And we won't get into my Tim Holtz thing. But you can get these in all different sizes. All right, so I'm going to take one of these out for later. They're cheap. You can get them at Staples. They're shipping tags. And I'm going to take one out later and show you a little thing with that. And with this pack, these are 4 3/4 by 2 3/8, and you get 100 tags. So they're not that expensive, and you can get them in so many sizes. And these are great to work on and great to add to your collection. A fork for texture in the paint, which I'm going to show you. Now, some of the things I highly, highly recommend is watercolor markers. Now, these are Marvy. I got these at AC Moore for $2 on clearance, so you can't pass them up. My daughter's been using them, but you can't pass them up. They go on stamps, and they go on your paper, and they're watercolor, so they mix all over the place. But better yet, why not use, see, I got all these piles of stuff here. This is what I recommend, as everything goes on the floor. I buy Crayola washable watercolors, and they're markers, and they're cheap, and you can use coupons, and you get all these colors, and you get these markers, and I'm going to show you how to use these in a bit, and they are fantastic. They also have colored pencils and watercolor pencils, but I cannot find mine right now. So in place of those, which I use these all the time, you guys have seen me, I buy the Reeves watercolor pencils. So I highly suggest, if you're starting out and you don't have a lot of money, first of all, coupons, coupons, coupons. And if you have an AC Moore or Michaels or Joann's close to each other, or you have several Michaels by each other or several AC Moores, print out your coupons and go do like I do and go to one and another and buy what you need. A lot of people say Walmart is cheap. My Walmart sucks. When I go there, they have no craft stuff, so I hardly ever get anything from there. These are well loved and used like crazy. So these are the Crayola watercolors. Very, very cheap. Oh, a French commercial. I use a inkjet printer for my AC Moore isn't selling online yet. Let me see something. If we're doing several watercolors, does anyone have experience with Peerless watercolors? And if so, I have used Peerless watercolors because I got blessed by Christy Trout, and she sent me some, and I love them. I do love them. Let me see. La, 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 la. Can you use what for ATC cards? Zoila. And I have an inkjet printer, and I do my things for it too. Not painting, looking for a clear image. Alright, you guys are in your own little... I like the Peerless watercolors, but I've not bought them. I got them as a gift, so as a random act of kindness. I like them. So I just need to know what you wanted. Can you use tags for what? Hey, Lillian. Okay. All right. You know, I'm like trying to do. Okay. So I suggest. I love the Reeves watercolor pencils. Crayola has them. You can buy the watercolor pencils from them also. Buy their paints, buy their markers. I'm going to show you what to do. These, I think, if you're starting out, is the way to go. Or something else that's really wonderful are these. These are usually $5, $6 a piece. You use your coupon. This is Pro Art. These are from AC Moore. These are watercolors. And you get 18 paints in here. And let me show you. And they come in tubes. So you get quite a bit. And you get 18 different colors. So if you're starting out, this is what I suggest. Because even though the Crayolas are nice and everything and they're watercolor, you get these tubes so you can control how transparent you want your paint. You can mix water in with them. You can mix Mod Podge or glue or whatever to get a clearer coat. You can keep them thicker to get a more opaque look. So these are wonderful. They come in watercolors, they come in gouache, and they come in acrylic. So definitely look at Michaels and AC Moore. Take your coupons and go and look for the watercolors. And I didn't grab my acrylic ones. The watercolors or the acrylics or the gouache. And this in acrylics or watercolors will last you forever. And you will just have a blast. So they're very, very cheap, inexpensive to buy. And they last you forever and they're good. So that's something else. Can I use ATC tags for ATC cards if they're the right size? I didn't measure this. I don't believe this one's the right size. This is, I'll tell you in a minute. Well, let's see if I can measure in a minute. Now, if you buy the tags, you have to make sure they're 2.5 across and 3.5 tall. So if you can find them that are bigger than that and you cut yourself, yeah, you can use a tag. But otherwise, no, because they have to be a certain size. I'm just reading, I'm just reading, I'm just reading. I mean, you can layer them on a ATC, a piece of paper that you cut out 3.5 by 2.5, and then have the tag look. I'm not feeling better. I'm just doing my show. I'll just do my show so I can show everybody everything, and then I'll get off and go to bed. Also, something that's really cool is old papers. Now, these are papers I got in a swap, and obviously they're older looking. However, what I do is I go to used bookstores. I go to the dollar store, which has a million different hardcover books or paperback books for $1, and I buy them, and then I just rip out the pages and use them as backgrounds, because a lot of people are afraid. And this, like I said, you can get this for $1. Sometimes my library will sell these, like books that are really beat up and don't, aren't used anymore. They got a better copy or whatever. So, I always suggest having a book. This one happens to be Wolf Tales, which is an erotic book about wolves, werewolves. But so I'm not going to really show you the text inside. However, I use it anyway. Okay. Tissue paper. Tissue paper that you get from gifts or you get in the mail in packages. Where I go to the dollar store and I buy the colored. Y'all know I've used the colored tissue paper on a million different things. The dollar store has a million different kinds, or you can just buy the regular colored, different colored ones. Yeah, Tam uses polymer clay, and she does some awesome ATCs on her with her polymer clay. You can also buy this at AC Moore and Michaels, and if you are like me and are a clearance person, you go and you look and see when it's on sale, or you see they always have clearance stuff. I don't care what it is. What if I don't like the shape or color, it doesn't matter to me. I buy it. I go into their clearance aisles. I buy it. I have tons of tissue paper. This happened to come in a package that I got, and I love the wrinkled look. So I kind of recommend that, as well as the napkins that are way back there. Any kind of napkins. And I've shown you a million kind of napkins on here. You can get those at the dollar store. You can get those at a party store. They have napkins with birds on them, polka dots, hearts, all kinds of things. And mine are back there. And let me see if I can call over everything to grab them. I'm getting there. Okay. So you see, this one has a Paris motif. These are cute. Polka dots. Hearts. There's birds. I mean, there's everything you could possibly imagine as far as napkins go. And I suggest when you're at the dollar store, just pick up a thing of napkins. Cheap dollar napkins, paper napkins, no big deal. I also suggest a stencil or two, depending. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to show you. We'll see if my hands work. But you can get 1 or 2 stencils very inexpensively. A lot of dollar stores that I've heard from you guys find stencils at the dollar store, which I find amazing. However, if you just go buy 1 stencil, and I know that Angie, wait, I see my name. Oh yeah, the colored foil wrappers from Hershey Kiss is cool. Yeah, I'm a stencil junkie too, and I just made I just took a one of my daughter's old they're not called notebooks, the 3-ring binders, and put these in so I can have everything there. I'm trying to organize better so it's easier for me to get to, but I just grabbed 2 out. But if you don't have stencils and you can't afford them, I'll just show you something and very quickly. And I suggest from this is like a lot of this is from the dollar store. So, I mean, you know, these are cosmetic sponges. They're the wedges. You get 28 wedges. These are fantastic. Fantastic. I have the Big Shot. This is the Big Shot, and I love making stuff from it. I'll try to, when I'm done here, well, I don't know if you'll still be here, Linda, but I'll put it on. But um, these are great for just using on your painting to add color, to use for your stencils, to use in a million different ways. So I'm going to keep one out. You get these at the dollar store for $1. You get the wedges. They also have circle ones that I like. I buy for $1 because you can use them as circles on your paintings or whatever you do, or you can cut them and use those also. I find a use for everything, as you will see shortly. A fork, plastic fork, my sushi fork. Although this might be a clean, I don't think I use my dirty plastic fork because I'm obsessed with sushi, but I won't use the sticks because I keep them and I use them for when